Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. This is such a glorious and beautiful space, but I'm sure you've all noticed it's a bit toasty. So feel free to shed those jackets, loosen those ties, and stay hydrated. We'd rather not be having anybody pass out if we can. Without further ado, because this is a beautiful ceremony, and we know that the guests of honor are impatiently waiting in the back, let us invite our 96 guests of honor to join us so we can start our program. Let's give a warm welcome to the class of 2029. All right, they're all in. One last round of applause. Woo! All right, please take your seats and remain seated through the rest of the remarks from our invited speakers. It takes a village. How many times have you heard that? Such a hackneyed saying. But in truth, it does take a village to educate a medical student and make them into a competent, caring physician. So on behalf of the entire Geisel community, I extend a warm welcome to the class of 2029 parents, families, friends, and well-wishers. Welcome to our beautiful town of Hanover, the Dartmouth campus, and to the white coat ceremony of the class of 2029. To those students in the class of 2029 that don't have family here today, please remember your Geisel family is always with you today and for the rest of your journey. To the parents, friends, and well-wishers, we mean it sincerely when we say thank you for letting these delightful 96 humans land here at Geisel. In the short time that they have arrived on campus, they have captured our hearts. They have bonded together as a class, have engaged meaningfully in their studies, and have endeared themselves to their near peers, the M2 class, and to faculty and staff. Many of you have heard about the concept of thick and thin institutions. We believe that the Institution of Medicine and the Geisel School of Medicine are thick institutions. Thick institutions stand the test of time and have rituals and ceremonies that bring us together to remind us of our why, to remind us of our commitment to the whole while holding on to our individualism and our uniqueness. This meaningful white coat ceremony that we are about to embark on is much more than mere symbolism. It is a ritual that reminds all health professionals about our why and invites all of us to, as we literally or figuratively don our white coats, to remember why we are here, remember the people we serve, our fellow humans, our patients, and each other. Dr. Kimienti will be sharing the history of the white coat ceremony and the symbolism of the white coat in a few minutes. Our students at Geisel are already aware of this, but we want parents and families to know that at Geisel, we make a specific decision not to give out white coats at orientation, but instead to wait for at least a month or two. We hope that this pause, class of 2029, has allowed you to fully appreciate and recognize your passage through that liminal space between layperson and becoming a physician. Many of you have already expressed to us how these 2 mere months have changed you. That change may be feeling good or maybe feeling unsettling. Whatever the feeling is, honor it. As we discussed yesterday during the professional values session, we can and must maintain our humanistic values as we meet the joys and, yes, the challenges of the medical profession. A few years ago, I read a poem ascribed to poet and medical anthropologist Dr. Howard Stein, a short poem about nature and the human spirit that to me captures this moment, the white coat ceremony, beautifully. It is entitled, Why We Are Here. I read it and I saved it, and strangely, I cannot find that reference anymore. I have to wonder now, was it an AI hallucination? That said, I cannot let good poetry go to waste. Good poetry that evokes a New Hampshire winter that some of you might have experienced and others, most of you not, and the essence of the white coat ceremony. So I'm going to read it anyway. I also noted that the sentiments in these poems were expressed in your mission statement, the class of 2029, in the words, "We commit ourselves to uplifting those who too often fall through the cracks of our healthcare system." So why we are here, I'm not quite sure who wrote it. Change accrues like ice, wraps itself around tree limbs and branches until they sag. Some break from the strain, others somehow hold. New rules, new routines, new procedures, new technology. Just when you've mastered one change, another comes along like an ambush. After a while, it's almost easy to forget why we're here. To care for sick folks, for a lot of the poorest ones. We're the end of the line. Sometimes we have to remember that's what we're here for, just to do the right thing. That stays the same. Now, to officially open the ceremony, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Stephen Leach, Interim Dean of the Geisel School of Medicine. Dr. Leach has been a leader at Dartmouth since his arrival here in 2017, serving as the director of the Dartmouth Cancer Center and holding the Preston T. and Virginia R. Kelsey Distinguished Chair in Cancer. Dr. Leach is known for his warmth, steady leadership, and tireless advocacy for excellence in medical education, research, and service. As we welcome our newest students to the Geisel family at today's White Coat ceremony, Dr. Leach's presence is a powerful reminder of our shared mission to care, to learn, and to innovate together. Welcome, Dr. Leach.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pinto-Powell, and greetings and congratulations to the great Geisel class of 2029. It's such an honor. It's such an honor for me to be with you here today as we formally acknowledge and celebrate the start of your journey towards becoming a physician. And first, let me also extend a special welcome to all the partners, the parents, the families, and the friends who have joined us here in this beautiful chapel. I'll have more to say directly to all of you at the reception later this evening, but for now, let me just thank you for helping us to support these remarkable young people as they embark upon their medical careers. And to our students, today marks a wonderful milestone as you enter the profession of medicine. All of your hard work and the sacrifices made by both you and your families have brought you here to this remarkable moment. But this is just a first stop along the way. You have an incredible path ahead of you, full of new discoveries, not just about medicine, but about yourselves. And you'll not be alone. In addition to your families, our faculty and staff are here to support you every step along the way. But your most important support network is sitting right next to you, your classmates. They'll be on this journey with you through all of the late nights and all of the joys and frustrations that lie ahead. And then 4 years from now, they'll be standing by your side as you take the oath of Hippocrates and take the next step in your medical careers. Now, it was Hippocrates who more than 2,000 years ago famously taught that all of medicine boiled down to imbalances in what he called the 4 humors: blood, yellow bile, black bile, and phlegm. And to those family members in the audience who might get a little squeamish at the mention of these bodily secretions, please know that you are not alone. I've been a physician now for 39 years, and I still find the mention of black bile and phlegm to be profoundly icky. And even during your first 2 months with us, you've already begun to learn that Hippocrates' view of medicine was not just a bit icky, but also more than a wee bit oversimplified. You're already learning how our now fully sequenceable human genomes interact with our environment, with our behaviors, with our microbiome, with our social and economic determinants of health, and often with pure chance to produce health and disease. And in your upcoming patient encounters, you'll learn that illness and suffering can be 2 different things, and you'll learn that grace can be found even during times of trouble. And so, with apologies to Hippocrates, I want to boldly propose 4 more ethereal humors that might guide you as you embark upon your career as physicians, those being compassion, curiosity, humility, and gratitude. So let's start with compassion. Compassion goes beyond sympathy and empathy and implies the active willingness to understand and relieve, or at least bear witness to, the suffering of another. And this is an intention that lies at the very heart of being a physician. And at its deepest level, this compassion can even expand into a type of love. And here our dear friend Hippocrates also had something to say, noting that wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also a love of humanity. And during my surgical training at Yale, I was exposed to the surgeon humanist Richard Seltzer, who wrote about the act of surgery, about the act of taking a knife and making an incision in another human being. Seltzer said of the act of surgery, it is only human love that keeps this from being the act of madmen. The second new humor I'd like to propose is curiosity, as curiosity is the raw material that fuels discovery. And as a physician scientist, I've devoted much of my career to cultivating scientific curiosity to research. And some of you may choose to pursue similar careers in which you channel your curiosity into scientific discovery. But all of you will have the opportunity for another, even more profound form of curiosity-fueled discovery. And that's the discovery of the miracle that is present in each of your patients, the discovery of their unique humanity. William Osler taught his students that they should be curious not about what disease the person has, but rather what person the disease has. And he further recognized that nothing will sustain a young physician more potently than discovering the poetry of life, the poetry of your patients with their loves and their joys and their sorrow and their grief. The third humor I want to propose is humility. And in Buddhism, there's a concept that captures what I mean by humility. It's the idea of an I don't know mind, where, recognizing the limits of our own perception and understanding, we try to hold our opinions and observations loosely and are always considering how other ways of thinking and seeing might bring us closer to the truth. And believe me, you're going to have ample opportunity to cultivate humility as you accumulate not only successes, but also no small amounts of failures along the way. And rather than being consumed by these failures, I hope you'll be able to use them to cultivate humility and perspective. And that brings me to my fourth and final humor, which is gratitude. And as you'll learn, we as physicians are frequently the recipient of gratitude from our patients, even during their darkest hours. And while we need to be open to and nourished by this gratitude, I would maintain that it is gratitude on our part that may be the single most important ingredient for a life of fulfillment in medicine. Just look at us. We are the lucky ones. We're the ones who get to take care of folks. We're the ones who get to discover new knowledge, and we are the ones who get to discover the miracle that resides in each patient we encounter. This is our great fortune as physicians: to cure sometimes, to extend life often, and to comfort always, and to learn from our patients. And I'm so grateful to all of my patients who, from my earliest days as a medical student, taught me so much about compassion, curiosity, humility, and gratitude. So I encourage all of you to take joy in the lessons provided you not only by us professors, but also by your future patients who will teach you all you need to know about how to be a good doctor. We here at Geisel, Dartmouth, and Dartmouth Health are all so grateful to be part of your journey and support you on the way. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Santiago Schnell, the Provost of Dartmouth College. Dr. Schnell has appointments in the Department of Mathematics as well as in Biochemistry and Cell Biology and Biomedical Data Science here at Geisel. And in his role as Provost, Dr. Schnell serves as Dartmouth's Chief Academic Officer. And in his spare time, he also does some very interesting and innovative research. And Santiago, I'm not just saying this because you're my boss. Dr. Schnell is a mathematical biologist whose research lies at the interface of the biological, physical, and computational sciences. Please welcome Provost Schnell.
Well, thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Pinto Powell. And thank you, Dean Leach. Excellent job, so your generous words and the framing for this moment has been very thoughtful. And to you, the students, so this is my first provost job. I'm going to tell you a secret, and it's something that should be kept in this room. So you're my first Geisel student generation. You're going to be my favorites. Don't tell this to anybody. I'm going to get into big problems for this. But I want to welcome you, your families and friends, to Rollins Chapel. And why I welcome you to this place, I think this place is very meaningful. This is a sacred space that invites you and us to pause before you step in a vocation that is itself sacred since ancient time. You are going to be holding life in trust, to accompany others in vulnerability, and to make knowledge to serve compassion. The white coat you receive today is both a symbol of your calling and the covenant that you're going to have between you and your patients, your colleagues, and the society that is entrusting you those who are going to be vulnerable in their weakest moments. So in the spirit of Dean's Leach call to compassion, curiosity, and humility and gratitude, allow me to add two things. One, as the Chief Academic Officer, is an institutional promise to you. And the second thing is a practical compass that you are going to be able to carry in your white coat pockets. Our promise to you: Dartmouth and Geisel will ask much of you. Discipline, hard work, resilience, courage, and unwavering integrity. But we're going to pledge to you as well constancy, faculty who challenge you with rigor and respect, settings where curiosity is encouraged, an error is studied without shame, and a community that believes excellence and kindness, their companions. Please hold all of us in here to that standard. You're also joining a great tradition in academic medicine and in medicine. Geisel helped to create one of the nation's first multi-specialty intensive care units. It maintains an NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center and bears the public health conscience of C. Everett Koot. But not only that, we advanced the corona spike design at the heart of today's RNA vaccine. These are just some of the few achievements that have been accomplished by our faculty. As academic leaders, so President Belliok and I were making strategic investments in digital health, innovative modes of care delivery, and in cancer research, so that your training keeps you at pace with the frontier. Let the inheritance of Geisel and our future shape your attention, measurement, prudence, and wonder. Now let's talk about those things that you need to keep in your pockets, the practical compass that I want to give to you. 3 quiet disciplines. Small enough, again, that you can keep in your pocket, but powerful to guide your career. First, attention. Medicine begins not with a test, but listening. Give patients your full attention, their words, their silence, their context. Attention in medicine is generosity in its purest form. It converts data into meaning and strangers into persons. Measurement. As a mathematician studying the continuum between health and disease, permit me one reminder. Accuracy saves lives. Measure carefully, record faithfully, and very important in medicine, respect uncertainty. Use algorithms and artificial intelligence as instruments. They are not oracles. Measurement without meaning is sterile. Meaning without measurements is fragile. Your art as physicians requires both. And then prudence. The ancient Greeks, they call it phronesis, practical wisdom. It is judgment at the bedside. choosing among reasonable options with intellectual honesty about the limits and the charity towards the person that you're going to have in front of you. Prudence is how medical sciences becomes care. To animate these three disciplines, you will need a sustaining disposition through your career. Wonder. Permit yourself wonder. Without imagination, there is no mystery. Without mystery, there is no proving doubt. Without doubt, there is no trustworthy judgment. Wonder keeps inquiry rigorous. It guards you from certainty that has not been earned. These habits, they are modest, yet they build the most valuable asset that you will ever carry with your patients, trust. Now to the families and friends, let me tell you one thing. Thank you very much for your perseverance and the service that you have already taught into these students. And you will continue for sure to sustain while they are here with us. In a moment, you will hear about the code itself. I will not preempt that, so I will ruin the fun. Today marks a beginning, not a completion. The white code is the foundation stone of your vocation. The real celebration will come when the last stone is set, your graduation, and I hope to be here enjoying that great time with you. But as well for the match day, honoring the long work that all of us, parents, friends, faculty, and staff, has helped you to sustain you through the years here at Geisel. On behalf of Dartmouth, I welcome you to our community and our family that is devoted to knowledge in service to the humanity. May your studies be exacting, your judgments prudent, and your compassion inexhaustible. Now, it's my pleasure to invite back Dr. Pinto into the podium, and she's going to explain you a little bit who is going to be the next speaker, who is going then to talk to you about the significance of the white ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Leach and Provost Schnell, for your wonderful words. I love that you called out wonder as an important disposition we need to hold on to throughout our professional lives and our lives, human lives. So important. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Sonia Kimienti, Dean of Educational Affairs at the Geisel School of Medicine. Dr. Kimienti is an infectious disease specialist, educator, and leader whose career in medical education spans more than 2 decades. Since joining Geisel 5 years ago, although she feels like she's been here forever, she has guided the undergraduate medical education program with vision and compassion, advancing educational policies and supporting students on their path to becoming compassionate physicians. She is truly admired for her warmth, her integrity, and her collaborative spirit. Dr. Kimienti inspires learners and colleagues like me alike. She is a true champion for excellence in medical education and an unwavering advocate for the well-being and professional success of each and every medical student who walks through our doors. Welcome, Dr. Kimienti.
Thank you, Dr. Pinto-Powell. Good afternoon, students, friends, family members, and colleagues. I'd like to share a bit about the history of the white coat ceremony, followed by a reflection regarding the significance of this milestone that brings first-year medical students and their loved ones and supporters together. The first white coat ceremony was held in 1993 at Columbia University, inspired by Dr. Arnold P. Gold. Dr. Gold, a renowned pediatric neurologist and staunch advocate for human-centered care, believed that it was important for students to experience a transition ceremony early in their training to focus deeply on the importance of compassionate care for all patients. The ceremony would include the reciting of an oath that would reflect this commitment to compassion and humanism, not only for our patients, but also for our teams and our colleagues, for each other. The white coat ceremony was created as a celebration of humanism in medicine. And so began, through the efforts of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, a tradition that is now a part of medical, nursing, and other clinical training programs across the country and around the world. While this represents the history of the ceremony, what is the significance of the white coat ceremony? For some, donning the white coat for the first time may symbolize your entry into the profession and your commitment to uphold the core ethical and professional standards that each of us must hold dear and abide by as we care for those who are entrusting us to support their health and well-being. Provost Schnell touched on this during his comments. For others, the white coat may symbolize a next step for you in your journey to becoming a physician. A long journey that may have begun many years prior to your arrival at Dartmouth, a journey that will last for 4 or more years here in the Upper Valley, followed by additional years of residency training leading to your practice as a physician. As you don your white coat today, you may experience this moment as a reminder, not only of your hard work, but of the support of the loved ones that were there by your side all along the way. Perhaps the white coat will serve as a reminder of your deep commitment to humanism in medicine, which is very much aligned with the intent of this special day. Each of you has embarked on this journey because at your core, you believe in the importance of healing, of compassionate and humanistic medical care, of bringing your best selves to your patients, your teams, and your communities. The white coat may remind you of the core values of compassion, empathy, and human-centered care that brought you to this field of study. Now, you may or may not wear a white coat throughout your career. As mentioned, I'm an infectious disease physician, and I actually had a moment of panic earlier this week when I had to figure out just where it was located. Fortunately, I found it buried in a closet following last year's white coat ceremony. I do not wear one when I see patients, primarily because of concerns about carrying around pathogens. You will also notice today that as a student of medicine, your coat is a short one. My former mentor, Dr. Mort Swartz, wore a short white coat for his entire career, spanning 6 decades, beginning when he entered medical school in 1944, through his leadership of a newly formed division of infectious disease at Massachusetts General Hospital until his retirement in 2002. When all other physicians transitioned to wearing a long white coat during or after residency, similar to the ones that many of us are wearing today, Dr. Swartz insisted on wearing his short white one throughout his career, stating that he would, quote, always be a lifelong student of medicine. And so perhaps for you, as it was for Dr. Swartz, this white coat will serve as a reminder that you are humbly embarking on a journey that will require lifelong learning, an acknowledgement that you will never know everything, and this is okay. Perhaps the coat will remind you that knowing the questions to ask and knowing when to ask for help may be the most important lessons you will carry with you throughout your training. This humility and the accompanying joy of lifelong learning perhaps will become evident when you don your coats today. I'd like to offer one final possible significance of the white coat, and that is to provide you with a deliberate and intentional pause as you begin a visit with a patient who is under your care. Your lives as medical students and physicians will be very busy. Your days will be filled with competing demands, and you will at times feel that you're being pulled in multiple directions. I did wear a white coat many years ago as a student and as a medical resident and then as an infectious disease fellow. And when I put on the white coat at the beginning of the day, it served as a deliberate pause for me. The moment when I slid each arm into the coat, as you will do today, reminded me that I was stepping into the space of listening to and truly hearing the concerns of my patients. It was a humble reminder that the person in front of me was trusting me to be present, focused, and compassionate as I listened to what brought them to clinical care. Putting on my white coat served as my medical mindful moment to remember that when I walked into the clinic or hospital room, I needed to focus on the most important person in the room at that moment. So while I don't wear my white coat now, that pause for reflection has stayed with me. I still take a moment to stop before I knock on the door and enter the room for the patient, and I put on my virtual white coat, and then I enter the room. So as you don your coats today, I encourage you to take your own moment of pause to consider what the white coat means to you as you center yourself on the extraordinary and exciting career of lifelong learning that lies before you. Welcome to medical school, and congratulations to you all. Now, before I invite our next speaker to the podium, I'd like to acknowledge a gift that you will receive today from alumni of our medical school. Today, our loyal, kind, and supportive alumni would like to offer you a book of their wisdom stories, selected from over 200 that have been gathered since 2016. This tradition began for fourth-year medical students on their graduation day, I think 9 years ago, by Drs. Dan Lucy, class of 81-82, Dr. Joe O'Donnell, class of 71, and Dr. Sarah Johansson, class of 89-90. In 2023, it was extended to the white coat ceremony, and we hope these stories will bring you inspiration, hope, and joy during your years at Geisel and throughout your careers. And your wisdom books will be shared at the conclusion of today's ceremony. And now it gives me great pleasure to welcome Daniela Armella Tangarif, class of 2028, to share her reflection.
Good afternoon, class of 2029, and welcome to all the family and friends, whether in person or through the live link, joining us to celebrate this very special day. Just a year ago, I was in your shoes, thrilled and filled with pride to receive what, to me, was a wide, threaded coat filled with purpose. I want to start by saying how honored I am to be here, ensued by a huge congratulations and a heartfelt thank you to every single one of you for choosing to say yes to the calling of medicine. As all of you know, getting here was a mountain of an effort, a dream that stemmed years ago, and for which all of you have worked so hard and diligently to achieve. Yet, when thinking of what it really means to be here today, the so long-awaited day of your white coat ceremony, I want to take a few minutes to share with you what I believe is the true meaning and commitment of wearing this white coat from this day onward. Hopefully, by creating an allegorical image of what my white coat's threads of purpose mean to me, what I like to call the anatomy of the white coat, I will leave you with a few pearls that can serve to guide you as your daily compass for the rest of your career. Today, you are not just receiving a historical, presidented white coat simply for the sake of repeating tradition or boosting your ego. Instead, putting on this white coat means you are now putting yourself aside, focusing on your patients. It means the inheritance and acceptance of an actionable, lifelong commitment. The commitment to do well by those you'll see on their worst days, to do no harm, to respect their autonomy, and to advocate for them wholeheartedly. And though this is easy to say and remember today, I think that the career that we're going into, amidst all its chaos and demand, ever-changing information, and busy schedule, can often blur this into abstractness. This commitment isn't one you can just make once and forget, though. It's one that you can rediscover every time you put on your coat, if you know where to look. So here comes the anatomy of purpose that I see in my own coat. Let's start with the first part of this anatomy. It's something you might have never thought of, but will be visible to every single one of your patients down the line. Envision your name and the two letters that will follow it in just a few years, beautifully embroidered on the top left part of your coat. But can you see beyond that? From this day onward, Your name is no longer just an identifier. It carries the weight of your roots, of your family sacrifices, of your cultural heritage, and the values that shaped you long before you ever dreamed of becoming a physician. They embody the commitment to honesty, to integrity, and humility that this profession so naturally demands from you. Ultimately, your name and title carry a huge responsibility, but they also remind you of why you are here. So whenever in doubt, reference where you came from. Look at who you are at the core to help guide you to where you are going next. But your code isn't just a reflection of who you are. Your white coat also equips you with the tools you need for who you're becoming. Think of the pockets you'll soon be using as temporary storage to hold your mini cheat sheets, your patient's histories, or perhaps your stethoscope. But what else could they hold? These pockets are your reminder that you are never alone in this profession. They hold not just physical tools, but access to a world of knowledge and support. Take a second to look at the peers beside you, in front of you, behind you. Do you realize that these are the very individuals who will be accompanying you throughout your training, becoming not only some of your most invaluable friendships, but serving as your source of help, support, and encouragement during your time at Geisel and beyond? Hold on to these connections and hold on to them very tightly. Treasure them. When you're facing a difficult case or find yourself stuck with nowhere else to look, reach into your pockets. They will connect you to colleagues and friends you can always call, medical databases that are always free for you to search, and mentors who've walked this path before you. Most importantly, your pockets will remind you that asking for help is never a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. For the best physicians know that their pockets are most powerful when they're filled not with pride, but with the humility to reach out for help when their patients need more than they can give alone. Ultimately, these pockets are proof that good medicine has never been a solo act. It's about knowing how to conduct the orchestra of knowledge, connect with others, and optimize your tools to provide the best care you could possibly ever offer. Now, let's shift our minds to envision the coat sleeves. While your pockets hold what you need, your sleeves represent how far, truly, your impact can reach. Your sleeves will extend across hospital beds to comfort the hurting and the frightened. They will roll up when the work gets really difficult, and they will bridge gaps between different cultures, identities, languages, and life experiences. They will serve to remind you that your impact as a physician reaches far beyond the exam room, touching families, communities, and sometimes even future generations who will look at you as an example and benefit from the care that you provide them today. So, when you feel tired or overwhelmed or frustrated by system failures and constrictions or cases that seem impossible to solve, remember that the simple beauty of this calling that we know as medicine can ground you. To be fully present, to be genuinely kind, and to make individual, meaningful impacts on every single person that you are privileged to encounter, whether through healing, comfort, or simply by the gift of compassionate care, all which is at the core of what we're always able to offer. Finally, I will finish this metaphor by sharing what, from personal experience this far into my training, I believe is the key to sustaining you mentally, physically, and emotionally so that you can be the best physician and person that you can be. Though today you will put on this coat with pride, never forget that at the end of each day, you have the power to take it off. Beneath this white coat, you are a complete human being with relationships that matter, passions that fulfill you, and a life that exists beyond the hospital walls. Your mental health, your family time, your hobbies, your friendships, these aren't luxuries or distractions from your medical career. They are the foundation that make you a better healer and put, quite frankly, non-negotiables that you need to prioritize. The patients you serve deserve a physician who is whole, rested, and grounded in joy. And that physician can only exist when you choose to protect the person wearing the coat as fiercely as you protect the patients you care for. So, with all of this in mind, I want to ask you to take this imagery and make it your own. Take a moment now, in just a few seconds of silence, to look at your coat and consider this. What additional threads of purpose do you see woven into your coat today? What does your coat mean to you? Hold on to that. Hold on to that very tightly. Remember that every time you put on this coat, you're not just getting dressed. You're putting on your purpose, your promise, and your compass forward. You have everything you need. Your values embroidered in your name, your resources and connections in your pockets, your reach up your sleeves, and most importantly, your beautiful humanity underneath it all. Class of 2029, today you aren't just being coded. You are inheriting a legacy and begin writing your own chapter in the story of healing. Congratulations on this incredible milestone. I truly cannot wait to see all the lives you will touch, the families you will comfort, and the hope that you will bring to a world that desperately needs what only you can give. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Our students make Geisel special, and it's hard for our hearts not to swell when we hear something like that. Each year, the student speaker gets the loudest applause, as they should. As they should. I know each and every one of you, and I think I'm going to see my white coat differently, thinking about the anatomy of my white coat based on what you said. Speaking about our students, current and past, and always, it is my special honor to introduce Dr. John Dick, a Geisel graduate and this year's recipient of the Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Faculty Award at Class Day, May 2025. Dr. Dick, our Assistant Dean for Clinical Skills Excellent, is celebrated for his extraordinary compassion, empathy, and respect in patient care, qualities that exemplify the true spirit of humanism in medicine. Dr. Dick is widely recognized by students as a trusted advisor, a role model who embodies both scientific excellence and humanistic care. His commitment to fostering compassionate future physicians truly inspires us all. Please join me in welcoming Dr. John Dick as we celebrate his outstanding contributions and his profound impact on the Geisel community, and welcome him to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Pinto-Powell. I appreciate that. This is a really hard act to follow up, always following up an amazing student speaker. Our students are better than our alumni, so if you fall asleep now, that's okay. It's also a little nerve-wracking for me. 4 of my bosses are sitting behind me, so if I whisper, I don't want them to hear exactly everything I'm saying, okay? Really, it's an honor to be invited here today. I feel akin to you as a fellow alumnus that you will be. I have some sitting over here as well and scattered throughout, and some of my former faculty are here who actually are still your faculty. So this really is a community that draws a lot of us back. My hope is that many of you will feel that in a very palpable sense, as many of us have, and actually, train here, maybe go away, maybe stay here, but come back and know it's your home. And certainly, I hope you feel the way I've always felt about this place. I want to thank you for, the friends and family, everybody who's traveled from afar or on video today for joining us at this really important inflection point, right, in your training, in your path to becoming a physician. You students have already been said, you've worked incredibly hard to get to this point. Just wait, you're going to work a lot harder to get to the next point. I thank the students, our 96 students here with us today, for choosing medicine. It is not an easy path. You did not choose this lightly. You've already committed many years of your life to this, and I applaud you for that. I thank you for committing yourselves to the betterment of others. That is what our profession does. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about my bosses, it's about our patients, and that's what this is about. And I thank you for joining Geisel's community of learners and healers. That means a lot to us that you've chosen us, so thank you. So my task today as a practicing physician is to welcome you into the profession, as others have done. And yet the professor and me can't pass up this opportunity where I've got a captive audience. You're here, and I rarely get to talk to you guys and gals. So Tina, we've got an hour? Yes, just kidding. It should only take an hour or two. Let's cut to the chase. The path to becoming a competent physician is long and hard, and you are right at the start of that. As with any difficult endeavor, the you before and the you after is going to be very much a changed person. Yes, you're going to hold on to the core of your humanity and who you are, but you will be a changed person at the end of this process. And of course, you also heard there is no end to this process. It keeps going, you'll keep changing. Okay, let's see. As you step into this profession, you learn its language, which you're starting to do now, right? The first 2 years are really a language skills course, as far as I remember. You participate in its rituals, like today. You don its coats. You slowly but surely begin to other yourself. You will become something other from other people. Okay. As with Sir William also wrote, and I think we've already alluded to him, the practice of medicine is an art in which our heart will be exercised equally with our heads. So remember that. We're going to come back to that one. As your cognitive and technical skills grow and the demands of your time and your expertise accumulate, you're going to need to become adept at modulating the very emotions that make you human. As you move from no coat to white coat, which you have here now, to short to long coat, you will become increasingly efficient at putting up virtual walls to get you through the countless exams that you have had and will have, the long call nights, and the endless tasks required of a physician. The paradox of this people-focused profession is that unless tended to, we really run the risk of allowing these protective walls that we build around ourselves to become permanent, further othering us from the very people we're entrusted to serve. In my relatively short career, I've been guilty and I've witnessed a disturbing migration away from the bedside to what I will call closed office bunkers. Literal bedside charts have disappeared. Orders are entered on computers, often far away from a patient's bedside. And communications are increasingly taking place through chats, through text, rather than lips and faces. Dr. Abraham Verghese coined the term I-patient way back in 2008 as he examined the chart as surrogate for patient approach to medical care. And if anything, the reality of that concept is becoming increasingly pervasive. I'm sorry if I'm being negative. We're going to end on positive. In these environments, it becomes easy to exercise our heads over an abstract patient, but more challenging to exercise our hearts. When I was in your shoes 27 years ago, receiving my first white coat, I would have said, okay, that's not me. I'd never let that happen. Please take heed. You will all become efficient wall builders, whether you want to or not. So what do we do about this? How do we nudge ourselves to retain that humanistic core that we've all talked about here, that now glows as brightly as your white coat, but runs the risk of losing its luster to competing energy needs? Like most physicians, I needed to make a conscious effort to do so, and I need to do that on a daily basis. I've picked up a few strategies along the way, and I'm going to share 3 of them with you here today. The first strategy falls under the physical exam, and it starts with this: start with the hands. Aristotle called the hands the tool of tools, and many cultures consider the hands to be the window into a person's true character. Additionally, the hands are a wonderful source of information about a person's health. Do me a favor, look at your hands. Everyone, but especially the students. And if it's not too awkward, look at the hands of your neighbor. What do you notice? Are they symmetrical? Is the color evenly distributed throughout? Are the nails clipped? Are there calluses or scars? Is there a finger missing? By the way, that's always a great way to say, hey, I notice your finger's missing. Tell me a story. Are there rings or tattoos? What may they signify? As a new intern, I was rounding with one of my attendings, a well-respected infectious disease expert at the University of Washington. He watched me do my exam, and when we left the room, he said, John, why do you start your exam with the head? Start with the hands. They'll tell you so much more about your patient. Plus, it's how normal humans greet each other. So I took that to heart. Just as important as the clues the hand can give us about health, caring human touch creates an emotional connection that often exceeds the power of words. Consider this: the palms of the hands make up only 0.5% of the total body surface area. And yet a full 15% of the sensory apparatus of our brain is devoted to our hands, right? So they're overrepresented in the way we feel and interact with the world. Compassionate touch causes body to release pro-human hormones, and studies have actually shown they demonstrate the release of increased oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, right, when we're touching people and people are feeling caring touch, and that the stress hormone cortisol decreases as someone is being touched in a caring way. When you inevitably find yourself slipping into virtual patient care behind the aforementioned walls, I implore you to take a break, go examine your patients, especially their hands, with your hands, and I bet you'll be surprised by the outcome. Tip number 2, this comes under history taking and presentation skills. I think we started that in non-doctoring already. Yes, good, so perfect, okay. What I want to tell you is start your presentation by telling us who the patient is. I think we teach you that. And I suspect you've all heard the adage, you can't care for your patient until you care about your patient. And to facilitate this, I try to push myself to find at least one aspect of every patient that I'm caring for, one aspect of their non-medical life that we can relate to, that we can share. Sometimes it's funny pet stories or funny pet videos. They're pretty bored in the hospital. Sometimes it's favorite hikes, parenting follies, of which I make many, or how bad the New York Giants are, and I'm a Giants fan. Making that human connection early on in an interaction keeps us focused on the human with the illness rather than the illness in the human. I was very fortunate to work with a resident many years ago who really was expert at getting his patients' stories and then incorporating them into his daily presentations. He's now back here on faculty with us, and I hope you get to work with him. Let's examine the typical patient presentation. All right, so this is a 68-year-old man with coronary artery disease and hypertension who presents with progressive shortness of breath over the past 2 weeks. Yeah, not bad, right? Okay. We have a decent sense of who the medical issue is at hand, but we have no idea who the patient is. Juxtapose that with how my resident presented and continues to present his patients as an attending to this day. This is a 68-year-old retired middle school teacher, an avid NASCAR fan, who has coronary artery disease and hypertension, and now presents with progressive shortness of breath over the past 2 weeks, to the point that he can no longer chase his grandchildren around the house. The first is an eye patient who could be anyone. The second is a human with a story, someone we can relate to. Data and numbers help us treat the disease. The stories and the history help us care about our unique patients. Okay, last tip for you. My final recommendation is this: get to know the housekeepers. Providing care to patients takes a large team of people, many of whom, I would even say the majority of whom, toil below the radar. You are going to be in the exalted state, right? But most people are not. Their hard work enables us, those of us wearing white coats, to focus our attention on our patients, right? That privilege that we have. But don't presume that just because you're the one wearing the white coat, that you somehow care more about your patients. Early on in my career, I was fortunate to befriend a housekeeper who was working overnights during the same week I was. We routinely found ourselves refueling at the same coffee machine, and in chatting with each other, discovered that we grew up in neighboring towns, and we became sort of friends. Later that month, she was cleaning one of my patients' rooms, and I left the room. She quickly tracked me down after I left the room. So she was in the room at the same time I was, silently sort of doing her work. "Doc, I just want to let you know, your patient started crying after you left." Oh, that's never a good thing to hear as a physician. She told me that she has no one to care for her cat, and that no one seems to care about this. The patient had been distracted for days. I couldn't figure out why, but now it became very clear to me. And not only did the housekeeper find this out, she also offered to go to the patient's house to feed the cat after her shift, and she did that for 5 successive days. I was humbled by her humanity and thankful that I had the opportunity to meet her the month prior. Had we not made that personal connection the month before, I think she probably might not have had the comfort to come up to me and tell me what was going on with the patient. Whether we like it or not, our white coats place us in team leadership positions. You will all be there. How we hold ourselves in these positions will make us more or less approachable to the larger teams we work amongst. I encourage you to stay attuned to the potential barriers that your white coats may create. So they're awesome, they're pretty cool. I also don't wear mine anymore for infectious reasons, but they can have issues, right? So I encourage you to stay attuned to those barriers and recall that you are just one of many who care about your patients. You will be part of a team, and that's a good thing. Okay. Shortly, you'll be one white coat into what will be a progression of white coats that will signify your growing expertise. You are joining the 0.003% of the population, that's a really small number, that has the opportunity to work as a physician and that is privileged and obligated to bring the best care possible to your patients. You will for certain exercise your hearts and your minds. I am hopeful that I provided you with a few simple strategies to keep you focused on the former, your hearts, while you're now working so diligently on your minds. In his book, The Lives of a Cell, physician author Lewis Thomas explores the interconnectedness of life. One of my favorite lines in all of literature. He writes, "We leave traces of ourselves wherever we go, on whatever we touch." As you begin to encounter your first patients, your first teams, I encourage you to consider the physical and metaphorical traces that your actions and your words have on influencing the humans you encounter. All right, we're at the end. I'm delighted to welcome this amazing group, class of 2029, to the profession of medicine. May your contributions to this profession build on and exceed those of us white coat wearers who become before you. Please, when you find yourself stuck in your heads, however, behind those temporary walls, I hope you remember to start with your hands, tell the story, and befriend the housekeepers. Thank you.
happens when you work with tall colleagues. Standing between Dr. Taylor and Dr. Dick is never easy to do, literally. So, for those I've not met, my name is Tara Cunningham, and I get the privilege of serving as the Associate Dean for Student Life here at the Geisel School of Medicine at Dartmouth. This is my 4th medical school. It's hopefully my last medical school. I've progressively just got a little closer to Canada for good reason. And this is the most special day of any medical school, of any student life office, of any faculty or staff, because you're never more idealistic than you are right now. Empathy can kind of tank a little, but it'll come back up, but you're the most excited, enthusiastic, and your families are at the height of their awe, and they actually get a little more excited at graduation than perhaps you are, because the student loans start kicking in for you. But they're happy to not be paying tuition, so it trades off. Thank you, Dr. Dick, for your lovely and inspiring comments, and I'm high fives along the way. I have the privilege of introducing the process by which the students completed their class mission statement. A class mission statement carries a meaning unlike any other. While medical oaths like Hippocrates that we talked about today can connect us to traditions handed down through generations, a class mission statement speaks with the collective voice of the class, shaped by their own lived experiences, their values, and the commitments they choose to carry forward. It not only reflects the kinds of physician they hope to become, but also how they will show up for one another along the way. The writing of a class mission statement is an early milestone in our students' journey here at Geisel. With support from the Office of Student Life and from faculty, Dr. Pinto Powell, who subbed in for me because I was at my daughter's wedding for the week. Over the course of the last week or so, students gathered, and you moved away from I to we, from individual stories to a shared vision, honoring your past, surrounding yourselves in this moment, and agreeing upon a path forward. With pride and anticipation, students will recite the class of 2029 mission statement aloud, their first act of unity as a class stepping forward and up together. Will Joshua, Eliza, Maureen, Anna Lee, Jack, and Osonia please join me on the stage to lead the students and your classmates and your future colleagues and the recitation of your oath.
Thank you, Dr. Cunningham, and I know I don't speak for all of us, but this was made with many of the students in the audience, so yeah, we will all join us in and sing the statement. Ready? All right.
Can everybody stand up? Yeah, thank you.
Ready? All right, let's start. We, the Geisel class of 2029, embark on our journey toward becoming complete physicians. We are committed to lifelong curiosity, leadership, and advocacy for our patients. This statement represents our dedication to serve others, to enact change, and above all, to do and to be good. We honor the responsibility entrusted to us to become healers. We pledge to remain grounded in our intention to treat the person, not the disease, and to approach each patient interaction with compassion and integrity. We promise to remain curious, striving always to ask questions and to seek better answers for our patients. We commit ourselves to advancing health equity, retaining our cultural humility, and uplifting those who too often fall through the cracks of our healthcare system. Finally, we vow to uplift one another as friends, classmates, and future colleagues amidst the challenges that lie ahead. Our class, composed of 96 students from 7 countries, 28 states, and 29 fields of study, vows to share our lived experiences as we walk through medicine together. Though we come from many backgrounds, we, the class of 2029, choose to steer ourselves towards a shared vision, to become unrelenting agents of change for our patients and for the communities we call home.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That was just a simple, beautiful mission statement fitting for this class. And we want to thank you for the way you came together speedily to write this beautiful statement. And now for the part of the ceremony that everybody has been waiting for. I know the class of 2029 is. Just a little history and some instructions. For the families and friends and well-wishers, On Doctoring is the clinical skills course at Geisel. And groups of 8 students meet with their faculty mentor every week for 2 hours, all through the preclinical phase. So in many ways, the On Doctoring course becomes sort of homeroom in medical school. The course encompasses 3 distinct but integrated curricula: psychology of illness, the actual clinical skills building, and a course called a curriculum called Professional Values Building Wisdom at Geisel. And your white coats will have a pin that signifies this. And all of these, the reason these On Doctoring groups meet, and all of this, by the way, is ensconced by our new learning collaboratives that you will hear a lot more about later on at the reception. It is therefore fitting, since this is homeroom almost On Doctoring, that your longitudinal clinical learning collaborative clinical mentors quote the students in the groups. 3 of our mentors sadly could not be here today, and I will quote the students in those groups as the director of the program. As already mentioned, at Geisel, we have several meaningful traditions. You heard about the wisdom book that will be given to every student, but our alums also write a special note to each of the students, and those are in your pockets.
My name is Alex Descalopoulos, and I'm from East Greenwich, Rhode Island.
My name is Mandisa Bailey, and I'm from Amherst, Massachusetts.
My name is Moses Matanda, and I am from Lusaka, Zambia.
My name is Ronak Gupta. I'm from Apple Valley, Minnesota.
Good afternoon. My name is Karina Choi, and I'm from Auburn, Alabama.
Hello, my name is Sue Lee. I'm from Mahwah, New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Abby Gregory, and I'm from Middlebury, Connecticut.
Thank you. Will the undoctoring group of Dr. Alison Kapadia rise and come to the stage to be quoted by me in Dr. Kapadia's absence?
I'm Evan Chaladoff. I'm from Montclair, New Jersey.
I'm Jamie Gallagher, and I'm from Merrimack, Massachusetts.
I'm Anna Buford. I'm from Washington, D.C.
My name is Olivia Foljam, and I'm from Nahant, Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Elisa Maria Boucher, and I'm from Plainsboro, New Jersey.
Hello. The person who I am is John Christopher Ngozi Chidebere Uchenna Okechukwu Jennifer Ejiogu, my family who couldn't be here, and I am from Umuncheke, Amoburu, Imo State, Nigeria.
Hi, my name's Michelle Yoon, and I'm from Daejeon, South Korea.
Hi, I'm Carla Matliano. I'm from Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Will the undoctoring group of Dr. Christopher LaRocca rise and come to the stage to be quoted by Dr. LaRocca?
I'm Nick Geisel. I'm from Lexington, Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Zuritsa Radanovic from Des Plaines, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Osonia Wodi, and I'm from Marietta, Georgia.
Hello, I am Shane Bauer from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Hi, my name is Nicole Pan, or Panke in Chinese. I'm from China.
Hi, my name is Andrew Wang, and I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Hello, my name is Faith Through, and I'm from San Jose, California.
My name is Kathleen Hops from Winnetka, Illinois.
Will the undoctoring group of Dr. Sherry Mather please come up to be quoted by Dr. Mather?
Hi, my name is Kaylee Ola, and I'm from Danville, California.
Hi, my name is Gretchen Carpenter, and I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Hello, I'm Jacob Fredman, and I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Hello, my name is Luca Villani. I'm from Vineland, New Jersey.
Hello, I'm Ian Beals, and I'm from Anchorage, Alaska.
Hi, my name is Ifat Rahman, and I'm from Long Island, New York.
I'm Thomas Raymond, and I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Hi, I'm Bioki Somoyanyayani. Home for me here is Lagos, Nigeria.
Will the undoctoring group of Dr. Ashley Miller rise and come to the stage to be quoted by me in Dr. Miller's absence?
Hi, my name is Haoan Cai. I'm from Taiwan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pinchaswamy. Thank you so much.
Hey, people. My name is Demetrius Garbus, and I'm from Glenelg, Maryland.
I'm Yvonne Chan. I'm originally from Taipei, Taiwan. Because of the people in the crowd today, a little bit of Austin, Texas, too.
Hi, I am Brianna Miller, and I am from Lithonia, Georgia.
Hi, my name is Estelle Martin, and I'm from Palo Alto, California.
My name is Christian Beck, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rahman, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Hi, my name is Diana Striplett, and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I have to tell you, they make me very nervous in these high heels. I'm always worried. All right. Will the on-doctoring group of Dr. Adrian Morhaff please rise and come to the stage to be quoted by Dr. Morhaff?
Hello, my name is Joshua Badal Rodriguez, and I am from Swampscott, Massachusetts.
I'm Faye McDonald, and I'm from Hoosick Falls, New York. I'm Katie Walther. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
My name is Grace Chang. I'm from Worcester, Ohio.
Hello, my name is Sean Strayer from Fountain Valley, California.
My name is Audrey Wren. I'm from Wallingford, Connecticut.
Hi, my name is Raymond Huang. I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Yarden, and I'm from New York, New York.
Will the undoctoring group of Dr. Deborah Peltier rise and come to the stage to be quoted by me in Dr. Peltier's absence?
My name is Sarah Yingwei, and I'm from Concord, New Hampshire.
Hi, my name is Elena Robles, and I'm from Paraná, Brazil.
Hi, I'm Irene Ching, and I'm from Potomac, Maryland.
My name is Arpi Bakshin, and I'm from Limbrook, New York.
My name is Tommy Kristen, and I'm from Ithaca, New York.
I'm Cassie Robinson from Rochester, New York.
Hi, I'm James Wilkie. I'm from Idaho Falls, Idaho.
My name is Joel Smith, and I'm from Juneau, Alaska.
Few more to go. Will the undoctoring group of Dr. Rooney please come up to be quoted by Dr. Valerie Rooney?
My name is Inaya Reza Hassan, and I'm from Leesburg, Virginia. My name is Lorelei Robinson, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
My name is Evan Acatino, and I'm from Newington, Connecticut.
Hi, my name is Maureen Ng, and I'm from Millbrae, California.
My name is Eduardo Villalobos, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
My name is Christian Meredith, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
My name is Jan Magielski, and I'm from Nadarzyn, Poland.
My name is RJ Harrell, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
Will the undoctoring group of Dr. David Soybel please come to the stage to be quoted by Dr. Soybel?
Hello, everyone. My name is Emilio Del Toro. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. Hi, everyone. I'm Dylan Wong, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
I'm Katie Stuckel, and I am from Boise, Idaho.
Hi, I'm Stephen Batter, and I'm from Wilton, Connecticut.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joshua Kennedy, and I'm from Carver, Massachusetts.
My name is Sophia Sherman, and I'm from Brookline, Massachusetts.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. My name is Janice Park, and I'm from Leonia, New Jersey.
My name is Julie Resnick, and I'm from Wilmette, Illinois.
Will the on-doctoring group of Dr. Heather Vestal please come to the stage to be coated by Dr. Vestal?
Hi, I'm Izzy Axon. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexia Jones, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Hi, my name is Qingyue Stacy Guan. I'm from Chengdu, China.
Hi, my name is Bailey Chan. I'm from Flushing, New York.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca Ha, and I'm from San Ramon, California.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Watson. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky.
Hi, my name is Theo Capagianis. I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York. Hi, I'm Liam Russell, and I'm from Ipswich, Massachusetts.
I'll have the small group of Dr. Matty Vestal come up to be coated by Dr. Matty Vestal.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anirudh Sambal-Kumar, and I'm from Naperville, Illinois.
My name is Aiden Tice Raskin, and I'm from Auburn, California.
Hi, my name is Hannah Kim, and I'm from Folsom, California.
My name is Tanyawan Wongsri, and I'm from Bangkok, Thailand.
My name is Francesca Vecchio, and I'm from Providence, Rhode Island.
My name's Alexandra Myers. I'm from Wilton, Connecticut.
Hey y'all, I'm Rachel Michelle and I'm from Ortonville, Michigan.
Howdy, I'm Luke Musselman and I'm from Glenelg, Maryland.
And the group of Dr. Kimberly Youngren, who's been waiting so patiently for your white coats, please come up to be coated by Dr. Youngren.
Hi everyone, I'm Yifei Wu and I'm from Beijing, China.
Hi, my name is Maggie Chang. I'm from Beijing, China.
Hi, my name is Tamel Moore, and I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana.
I'm Aneli Caridad Sandoval O'Keefe, and I'm from Monument, Colorado.
Hi everyone, my name's Jack Tejan and I'm from Longview, Washington.
Hi everyone, I'm Aparna Krishnan and I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona.
I'm Andrew Binder, and I'm from Providence, Rhode Island.
I'm Matthew Lynn. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Aren't they amazing? Can we give a rousing round of applause? It's been a long evening. You've had so many words of wisdom, and I'm going to have you just listen for one more minute as I read. I love reading this particular poem on white coat. It's by William Stafford, and it's titled The Way It Is. There's a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread. But it's hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen. People get hurt or die, and you suffer and get old. Nothing you can do can stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of that thread. We hope that you remember this day and the meaningfulness beyond the sort of the fun and celebration. As the student speaker Danny said, and so many others, make yourself come back to this day and the memories. Yes, it'll be a little warm, you might remember that too, and really, best wishes for a profession filled with wonder and purpose. So before we end this evening, I had a special request from some of the members of the class of 2029. This day has been so special to all 96 of you. But for 2 people, this is an extra special day. Actually, it's always been an extra special day. So, because Jan and Bilkis are celebrating their birthdays today. And so I welcome Osania and Brianna to lead your class in a quick singing of happy birthday to
All right, so we will begin to sing on 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bilkis and Jan. Happy birthday to you.
That was lovely. As I told you, the class has bonded. They're already celebrating birthdays, and we love it and encourage it. Finally, a big thank you to Tina, to the staff and administration in the Dean's Office, the Office of Student Life, Alumni Engagement, for the enormous effort it takes to put a ceremony like this together. Please give them a round of applause. Students to stay here for a photograph? Yeah? Yeah, okay. So an official class photo will be taken immediately now following the ceremony. So students, please remain seated. Families, you may exit the chapel. Your students will join you very shortly. Thank you all for coming. We hope you enjoy this beautiful day together. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay? Yeah. Is Dr. Lucy okay? Huh? Is Dr. Lucy? Okay. Well, I looked over and then I was like, he's gone. And